Hello, everyone. I am Janita. I'm the founder of the Janita Method and a trauma-informed coach. And today we have Mal, who's going to share with us her experience healing her trauma. So Mal, thank you so much for being here with us today and for taking the time to share your experience of how healing your trauma has helped you. So let's begin with sharing what trauma were you experiencing before you started working with me?
So the trauma I was experiencing was my dad's absence during my childhood.
And how was it affecting you to not have your father around?
It was affecting me emotionally and how I carried out myself in the world and in my relationships. And I didn't know that until, I kind of started to unpack everything.
So share with us your journey with healing your father and how it's helped your relationship with your father now.
So healing healing this childhood trauma with my dad's absence looked a lot like me not being able to primarily have a relationship with my father really, and just carrying this weight on me that I didn't know how to explain, that I didn't know I was carrying. And since I've healed a lot of it, I'm walking lighter for one, and I'm also able to have a relationship with my father. I am able to now communicate with him more, and I've been able to heal and talk to him about things that at one point I couldn't. And it just, the healing helped me understand a lot of things, like, I just, it wasn't ever my fault. Um and that, like, my relationships don't necessarily have to be affected by what happened in my childhood, and that everything happened for a reason. And at the end of the day, even to this point, like, I think I could even say that I'm thankful because it made me the person who I am. And I'm able to now walk with confidence in my truth and in the healing, and also be very aware of when it is that I'm experiencing something and what I still need to heal. And it's very important. Awareness is the first step, and now I'm a lot more aware, and it just feels good to be able to heal things that sometimes you just carry with you because you really think you can't heal, but you can heal them. It's just, it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of sacrifice, but it is definitely worth it.
So for people out there, Mal, that are afraid to delve deep into their pain and their wounds and their traumas, what would you say to them?
I would say that, at the end of the day, I don't think it's abnormal to be afraid. I think I was afraid for a very long time, but I also understood that the fear was not going to take me anywhere other than deeper within the trauma and within the pain and what I needed to heal. So I honestly would say that it's not easy, because it isn't, because you have to relive a lot of the traumas that were deep inside of you, but it's definitely worth healing because you just get to know a different side of you. You get to know a person who's a lot more empathetic, a lot more forgiving, a lot more compassionate, and you just get to carry that out and just bring the testimonial around and tell others of how therapy really does help you, and how, for example, your work, Yanida, is, like I've told you many times, it's made such a difference in my life because I really didn't think that I could heal a lot of things that I did. And you were patient, and at the end of the day, like, digging back in was not always easy, but you were always there, and you just made it easy. And um I would just say to those people, like, do it, because if you don't do it now, I think my main focus was, eventually I want to have a family, and I don't want to carry this into my legacy, into the generations to come, because it is something that's poured into other generations. And if I have children and I hope to have children one day, I don't want to pour that into them, because I want to be able to pour into them a healthy relationship, and what it's like to have, and like seek that out for my children as well. Like seek out a good father for my future children. I think it's beyond me, and it's beyond what's affected to me, but it's what's going to come for other generations and other people around me too. Like at the end of the day, we bleed. When we're bleeding, we bleed into the others around us, and the last thing I want to do is keep on bleeding on people that I love, and unless I heal, I won't be able to do anything but bleed, even if I try not to.
One of the biggest things that we can do for our families is to heal ourselves, because when we don't, we do project all of that trauma onto them. In my experience as a wife and a excuse me, and a mother, I was a very young wife and mom, and I did pour my trauma into my relationship and into my children when they were little, and that affected them in their adult life. So it's a gift that we give our spouses and our children to heal ourselves, because what happens when you do that, then you're able to also help your family members become the best versions of themselves as well. So I'm glad that you're taking the leap young and you're starting off before you create your family, because the chances of what you're going to build is going to be a lot more healthier, versus a lot of people who walk into these relationships carrying that burden of their traumas, and they cause a lot of pain to their partners and to their children. So it's really important for us to heal ourselves so that we can have healthier relationships and healthier experiences. And plus, you're going to teach your children that, right? You'll teach them the importance of being emotionally, mentally healthy, not just physically. So I'm really proud of you, Mel, for doing this work, because I know it's not an easy thing to delve deep into your soul and really look at your traumas and your pain. But then I also have noticed how you've changed and how you've evolved, and how much farther you are along in your journey with how you want to feel about yourself, because you do the work. So definitely, hopefully somebody will hear your experience and will be inspired to heal their trauma. So thank you so much, Mal, for being here today and for sharing your experience. For anyone out there who is suffering from trauma, or if you're even questioning if you are, I offer a 30-minute personalized phone consultation. It's completely free. And if you want to click on the link below, you'll be able to fill out a form, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I hope that you make the decision to heal your trauma and free yourself of your pain. And I'm here to help you do that. So again, thanks, Mal. Thanks for being here. You take care of yourself.
Bye. Thank you.